everybody, how are you? This is Liz, and today it's Saturday, 20 something of April. I think 25th, but I'm not sure. So, how are you? I've been well. I wanted to record the video a bit earlier on during the week, but I got so caught up with my knitting of my Marn Magic sweater that I was actually knitting so much on it that now my wrists are hurting. And I've also been working on my upper body strength, so my arms are like now totally wiped down, and I still need to do the cuffs to finish it, but I'm just taking a break of the crazy knitting mood that I was in, because I think afterwards it will just take much more time for me to recover. And also end of next week, I hope to receive the yarns and tackle on pre-orders and stuff like that, so I'll be dying a lot, and I need my arms, yes. So actually I wanted to record a video when the Marn Magic sweater would be done, and I thought I could do it until Thursday, but yeah, Thursday is actually when I decided that I wouldn't need the last section, and I find some ideas how to finish it, to do the sleeves and everything. But yeah, as it wasn't finished, I was like, okay, that's not gonna happen. And then I was debating, should I just show you what I'm, where I'm at with it, or just wait for next week to show it to you. And then the debate was on and on. And so I decided, instead of showing you what I knitted, the finished objects and everything, maybe to show you my favorite things to organize my needles, and what kind of needles I use, which ones I like, and a few of my favorite bags. So I'm saying now a few, but I think I have like my favorite ones, like they're like 10 types of bags, so I think it's maybe too much. I don't know, we'll see. So maybe I should start with the needle cases. Okay, so I love wooden needles. It's what actually I could find here. It was the Knit Pros rosewood, so I really like them, and it was the only interchangeable needles that I could find here. So I have lots of those, but I never had a set. So when Lykke showed their very first set, which is driftwood, I don't remember the size, but it's like longer needles, interchangeable. I got it, and it was my Christmas gift at the time, I think a couple of years back, maybe 3, I'm not sure. But then they came up with shorter tips, and I just love the shorter tips in a long cable. I don't know why, I really like them. I also like them, for hats, because they don't take so much space, but you still, have enough space to hold and knit. So my favorite one, I have also the classical driftwoods Lykke set that is, not tainted, but I also have this one, which is the indigo one, and as you can see, I'm using quite a few of those needles. I'm actually wondering where the bigger size is. I don't even remember what size it is. It is this 6.5 millimeter needle. I have no idea. It lives somewhere in a project bag, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know. And then here you have a clasp, to have cables, because the Lykke, I also like the Lykke needles because they work well also with Knit Pros cables, and I have like a bunch of them because of the rosewood needles. They were like the perfect fit for me, like I didn't need to buy any more cables or other stuff. It was just an addition of what I have. Why did I got 2 of them? Like I had the driftwood one, and I have also this one. And why did I finally choose to have both of them the small size of the tips? It's convenient to me. Like, I don't think there's a specific reason. I decided to give the one with the longer tips as a gift to my mom, because she didn't have any good quality needles and sets. And so when I got this one, I said, okay, the good excuse to get that one is maybe I could offer the other one to my mom. And she was like so happy and so excited, and it was almost brand new. So I was like, I really love this set, and it's really the sizes of needles that I use more. It starts from 325 millimeter needles up to 6.5, which is like great. As a beginner, I used to work much more, 4 to 5.5 needle sizes. But now that I'm a bit more comfortable with smaller sizes, I do definitely knit much more from 4 to 375, and then depending the ribbing, if it calls for 350. But I think like 4 and 375 is the ones that I use more. So yeah, that was also, I think, an excuse to have like a second set. But also I have the other one, like this one stays at home. The other one, the driftwood, is also, I like having it as a traveling one. Like if I'm traveling, I will just get the other one, and if I know that I'm gonna be away like for a lot of days and I need to cast on something or whatever. But now I don't travel so much with like big, like for me this is big if I'm away for a long time. So I might just take something else, like a little pouch, and just pop them in, or just put everything that I need in a small pouch, and in my project bag. So that's the one, the only like set that I've ever bought, the Lykke ones, and I really love them. If you like wood, I definitely recommend it. Then the first pouch to organize my needles that I had is from Pink Hazel, and I used to use it all the time to put over here my needles. And these pins, you sew them and you have the number of the needles, and then it has over here a small zipper. I used to love that because it's like very simple and very portable. But I have to say that once I had a lot of needles, like they would slide and everything, and I'm a messy person, so that didn't work as good for me. So I don't know, now I'm not using it, and it's a very good condition, and I'm thinking of giving it away at some point. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe a fall giveaway, that would be nice, after summer, and to get into like this school mood, to get your pencils, get your needles, and put them in the pouch, or something like that. Then I have my favorite of them all, and now everything lives here except of the Lykke needles, is this pouch from Princesse Grenouille, and she's a French lady. She sews them not very often, but regularly, and I wanted one of those for so long. And she wanted some yarn of mine, and there was at a festival, she knew that orange was my color, and she had contacted me a bit earlier on, and she said, Liz, I know that you are interested in one of my pouches, of my needles organization pouches, and she was like, and I love your yarn, would you care to do like a trade? And I was like, yeah, why not, I would love that. And she actually surprised me that she chose the colors. I think she did an amazing job. Like, look at this orange. And she had also done this project bag that's, you know, that's matching, and that was a surprise, and I really love it. So this pouch, so it's now it's getting heavy, like I'm telling you, and before doing this video I added more stuff. So you open it and there's here, you know, a little I don't know how you say this kind of cloth, but it's a cloth that you can pin your needles. And then over here there's a zipper where I have most of the cables that, you know, don't have anymore, like their little plastic pouch that they come in. Over here there's a little pocket inside there that you could put either your pattern or something else. I use it to put all the rest of my cables that I know that they're like kind of bigger, or I want to know the size of them. And I also have those circular needles that I haven't opened up yet, and because they're very different from the others, I just kept them in their bag for the moment. So then you open it, and over here I have put it all my rosewood needles, or most of them. Here are doubles or more, and I think I have, yeah, I have also somewhere else doubles. So here are the needles, the original first interchangeable needles that I ever bought. Then there's a zipper pouch again. I'm not gonna, I was about to put, yeah, my mask to open it, like, come on. Yeah, I do a lot of things with like tearing it with my teeth. I think something that, I think my mom does that. Oh god. Okay, so I have here my little needle gauge. I have here a measuring tape that, you know, we always lose them. I have some markers and project keepers. Then I have this little one from Lykke, and which is a French website that has many knitting accessorizes, and it's like to get at the fluff. It's a fairly small one. I have to say I haven't used it, but if you have kind of small lumps, it works very well. Otherwise, I use a gleaner. And then, of course, I had to have Tuft Lanolin Rich Hand and Body Balm. I love this, and this is the cider donut. I got that one. I think it was the special one for this year's Rhinebeck. Yeah. It's like cider donuts smell. It's amazing. And here I have some sock cables, Haya, and a smaller one. The smaller cables, I keep them here just to separate them from the really big ones. So just 1 second for me to put that all back in. And then here we're coming to the big deal. So there are two places to put needles. Over here I put the some double pointed needles that I have to say I don't really use them. And then over here I have shorter tips that I have in a spare, either Lykke's or Knit Pros. And I have some metallic ones that are Haya sharp over here. And I have some that are, you know, shorter needles, I mean the cable, that are not interchangeable. Like, for example, these ones I think are Yahoo. Oh, I never remember the names. Anyways, that are perfect for hats. I have also these ones that are perfect, or for sleeves. Yes, this kind of thing, this kind of needles. And then over here, I have all the needles that are not interchangeable, and most of them are sock needles, like, you know, these ones are sock needles, or some that are interchangeable, but because I use them like that, because sock needles, you know, for me it's like either 225 or 250, and I just use them like that. I will not interchange them really, but for some reason either someone gifted me interchangeable or not, you know, and I just keep them like that. I will not unscrew them to screw them back. Yeah, and that's kind of it for this big pouch. Just give me a second to put back again those cute needles that I took off. So the needles that I do prefer for sock knitting are the Haya ones, sharp, so that means metallic tips. I have been a bit which other ones did I try? Oh, I tried also the signature needle arts. That's, I can talk actually about them right now. So signature needle arts, I have heard like the best things about these needles. I have to say I like them a lot, and I'm always a bit kind of a bit worried when I knit with metallic needles, but I have to say I really like this, and they're really smooth, and I like the feel of them, and I think they're titanium, yeah, and I really like the feel of them, and you really think like you know that they feel strong but light, and I don't know how to say. I like also that the tip has a different color, you know. Well, yeah, I don't know, the designing aspect is amazing. I got the 4 millimeters and the 375, I think. I don't remember, I don't have it here. The thing that I don't like about this is that each cable has to be specifically for that number of needle. I'm not sure if I explained that correctly. So if you have a 4 millimeter needle, and let's say you have a big cable and a smaller cable that goes with that needle, you cannot change that needle's cable to put it, for example, to a 375 needle, which that for me is like really like I should buy each needle and each cable for that needle. Like it seems exhausting for me. But I did buy 2 needle sizes, and I got a longer cable and a shorter cable for each. So yeah, that was kind of a bit of expensive for needles, but I really wanted to take them, and I for God's sakes, I never see them in festivals in the US. Like I've been now a couple of times, and even in shops in New York. So I saw them at Try and Bake this year at Indian Tangle, and I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take 2 of those. I'm never gonna find them again, and you know, that will be it. I'm actually really happy that I got them and I've tried them and I use them. But I have to say that I'm not really inclined to take more, because then, my God, these to find a solution, you know, to organize them, it's gonna be difficult. And that's why I have kept, they're the only needles that like I have kept separate each one in their little folder. And so it comes like that. You have the needles here, and then you have the space for the 2 cables. Well, 2 cables in my case, because I got 2 cables. So I like their, at least they have this nice files. Maybe you can have, you know, like do something and just put all the files together, I guess. So then I just, before I had this, I was working with that, and I also had this little, like a pencil case, but it opens and you have, you know, like zippers, and in between the zipper pouches you have room. So this is made in Scotland, and it's Mima who makes them. So over here I have other stuff that does just don't fit anywhere else. Before I just used to have, you know, wooden needles, sock needles separately in the zipper pouches. So I have DPNs. I've never used DPNs. I tried again and again. I don't like them, but I have them, so I'm just keeping them here. Then I have a few natural cubics of Knit Pro that at some point I had a bit more of them. I'm not really sure why. Yeah, because the cubic, so instead of the needle to be cylindrical, I was about to say round, it is squared. So that's why it's called cubic. It is very ergonomic to work for your wrists with that because it gives a better crisp grab. But in between the, how do you say, the tip of the needle and the adapter, they break easily. And I have broken lots of them. So I think I had like a project and I had bought 2 of those tips just in case something breaks. I have shawl, how do you say, shawl tips, like you'll close them. Now I'm thinking that it would be nice also in a cardigan, at least that one. So it's like a scarabee, how do you say scarabee in English? I don't know. And then I have this one that I find very elegant, but this one is like really pointy, like I've hurt myself with that one, so I'm not using it. But I really like it. I think actually that one, maybe my mom would really love it, like even as a pin, you know, like that. But I find it dangerous. Whatever. Okay. So then I have a little box that used to have chocolate inside, but now it has some stitch markers that I did at some point because I had these little golden cranes and I really like them, but I didn't do anything with them. I wanted to make earrings, but then I never did, and actually they're so cute. Yeah, I should have done earrings. Anyways, and then just like, you know, random little beads that I had at some point, and I was like, okay, maybe I should just have some stitch markers, you know, to spare. So this is my spare stitch marker little box. Another measure tape. It's good to actually go through that because I always search for measuring tape. I have some of my favorite buttons, and they're from Crinkles, and she had these in lots of sizes, but I want to buy the bigger ones just because I'm actually not thinking of using them as buttons, but just like as how do you say, as a decorative statement in something. Yeah. So, and then I have these little guys. So those are from Slip Stitch Studios, and they're like how do you say, needle holders. You know, you put your needles here and then in your project. I used to use them a lot, but now not so much. I'm much more confident that I'm not gonna lose stitches in my project bags. But sometimes if I have a project and the needles are pointy and I know that it's gonna ruin the fabric of the bag, then I'll use them. Or if I need to have like a crochet hook or something like that, or more stitch markers, and I don't want to have, you know, a big pouch with me, I will just put all the things here. Or if it's a sweater and I know I will be at the ribbing soon and I'm not gonna be at home, I will just pop in there, you know, the needles for the ribbing. So that's it for the organization things. And actually, yeah, well, I have been talking for half an hour already, so I'm really not sure if I should just show you more stuff. I think it's already a bit too much. So maybe I should do, you know, with all the bags that I like, another video. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah. So I was so excited to share all these things with you. I hope you like them. I hope you had some more ideas of needles. I'm not a very, you know, specific person to say, oh, I like this in a needle or I don't like that in a needle. I would say that I really love, you know, for example, higher sharps for socks, but I do have the tendency to stab my index on them to push the, you know, the tip of the needle, and sometimes like it's really hurtful. But I've tried others that the tip isn't so pointy and I don't like them. Yeah, so I'm definitely more drawn into you know, pointy needles for smaller sizes because it's easier to get the stitch. Otherwise, I really love the feeling of wood. I'm really a wood needle lady, but maybe that is changing with the signature needle arts because like I really enjoy knitting on them. So we'll see. Maybe in the future it will change, but yeah, I'm not that sure. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll come soon. So if I have finished my Mall Magic sweater, I think I'm gonna do like a finished object whips, you know, this kind of video next. Otherwise, it will be a bag video. Okay, so see you soon.